Hi there and welcome back to another Papetti Math YouTube video tutorial where I am going to be teaching you, yes you, Algebra 1. And in this video we're going to continue on with exercise number 5, where it says to use your knowledge of distribution to multiply the following polynomial expressions. So if we take a look at part A, we have a binomial multiplied by a trinomial. So we've been using this lobster claw method, but let's not just get sidetracked about that we're drawing a lobster claw every time, but what we're doing every time. And what we're doing with that lobster claw method is we're taking the first term in the first set of parentheses and multiplying it by everything in the second set. So let's do that. Let's take the first term, which is x, and multiply it by everything in the second set. We start with x times x, and we're going to get x to the third power. And then we'll go, x times x squared, x to the third power. And then we're going to get x times 5x. And x times 5x is going to give us 5x to the second, or 5x squared. And x times 6, because remember, we want to multiply this first term by everything in the second set. So we get x times 6 is 6x. Now we've multiplied our first term in the first set of parentheses by everything in the second set. So now we go on to our second term in the first set, and we multiply by everything in the second set. So we're going to start off with 4 times x squared. And that gives us 4x squared. And then 4 times 5x. And that's going to give us 20x. And finally 4 times 6, and that's going to give us 24. So again, we've now taken our second term of the first set of parentheses and multiplied it by everything in the second set of parentheses. So now we have successfully double distributed a binomial times a trinomial. And now we look for like terms. I don't see any other x to the third, so I'm going to just bring down my x to the third. Are there any x squareds? Yes, there's 5x squareds and 4x squareds, which will combine to give me 9x squared. I have a 6x and a 20x, so I have a 26x. And then I just have a constant of 24 at the end, so I'll just add that on to the end. So our final product in part A is going to be x to the third plus 9x squared plus 26x plus 24, a polynomial. Indeed. So now let's take a look at part B. Similar thinking, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to take the first term in the first set of parentheses and multiply by everything in the second set. So let's start off with x squared times x squared. We get x to the fourth. X squared times 6x, and we'll get 6x to the third. X squared times negative 16 is going to be negative 16x squared. And we've multiplied our first term of our first set of parentheses by everything in the second set. So now we move on to our second term, which we want to be careful because this is not a 12, this is a negative 12. So we're going to go negative 12 times x squared is negative 12x squared. Negative 12 times 6x is negative 72x. And negative 12 times negative 16, I'm going to need a calculator for that one. Negative 12 times negative 16 is going to be a positive 192. So we're going to have positive 192 there. Okay. Now again, look for like terms. I don't see any other x to the fourths, so I bring down my x to the fourth. I don't see any other x to the third, so I bring down my 6x to the third. I do see x squareds, so I'm going to have negative 16x squared and negative 12x squared. That gives me negative 28x squared. And again, no other like terms besides those, so I bring down my negative 72x and my positive 192 for my final product of x to the fourth plus 6x to the third minus 28x to the second minus 72x plus 192. And I hope this video was helpful in distributing a binomial to a trinomial. And if it was, please give it a thumbs up. And you're now ready for some word problems in exercise numbers 6, 7, 8, and 9. Thank you for watching.